Good afternoon and Sawadee krap. Today is Monday, June the 1st, 2020, and this is the daily press briefing, English language summary of the daily press briefing of the Center for COVID Situation Administration, or CCSA. Of course, as you all know, today is the first day of the third phase of the relaxing of measures, the third phase of our effort. It's a transition, it's a turning point, so we continue to ask for your cooperation as businesses reopen, as the measures are more relaxed for everyone's benefit. Of course, the government has been working hard throughout this time, also over the weekend, to address the needs of the people. For example, the minister attached to the Prime Minister's office met recently with vendors of lottery vendors who had certain requests in terms of their businesses. And at the same time, we had the meeting of the parliament over the weekend. So on the 31st of May, yesterday, the House of Representatives of Thailand approved 3 important executive decrees proposed by the government to support the economic boosting of the situation of Thailand in terms of COVID rehabilitation. These 3 decrees include: the first, the executive decree authorizing the finance ministry to seek loans for economic recovery and stimulus. The second is the decree authorizing the Bank of Thailand to provide soft loans of up to 5 billion baht to help with the business sector to recover. And the third is the decree authorizing 4 billion baht for stabilizing the financial sector. The spokesperson also recapped this development in terms of the legislative branch, the Parliament of Thailand. Also, since we did not have an English language summary during the weekend, I'll just recap some developments over the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. Just to report that there were a number of new cases found over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. These 2 days saw 5 new infections and no fatalities. All are undergoing medical treatment. It could be observed that the majority of new cases over the weekend were patients who contracted the virus from abroad and are now undergoing treatment. So it's very important that our health screening and quarantine measures remain strictly enforced in order to make sure that all of the infections remain accounted for and cared for. It's also interesting to note that people traveling from abroad, oftentimes, I would say, they are asymptomatic, and of course, sometimes having a fever from time to time does not necessarily mean that they are infected with COVID. But still, of course, we must remain very cautious of all cases, all imported cases, all incoming persons, and those, of course, already in Thailand. As for the general situation and numbers to report to you today, we have 1 new confirmed case to report to you today. The one case is a 43-year-old Thai female who has entered the state quarantine system in Chonburi province. She traveled back from abroad, from Russia, on one of the repatriation flights and was asymptomatic, thus making the cumulative number of cases in Thailand 3,082, and total recoveries are at 2,965, which accounts for 96% of all those confirmed cases in Thailand. 96% have recovered with no fatalities. So moving on to there is also one observation, piece of information to provide, in which the spokesperson had touched upon, is about the update on the COVID-19 RT-PCR testing numbers. So as of the 29th of May, a few days ago, we have already tested 420,529 samples through laboratories in the public and private hospitals and institutions. More than half were performed by government laboratories. This network of laboratories around the country is doing its utmost to ensure that the COVID tests are carried out as extensively as possible. Yes, so moving on to the issue of the compliance and site inspections, those continue, of course, to ensure the full compliance of guidelines given. Today, 19,150 sites have been inspected, with only a small number of sites, 3 sites to be exact, found not to be in full compliance. The sites include restaurants, supermarkets, markets, salons, child and elderly care centers, pet stores, convention centers, and the like. You have an English language slide on screen for you. I think we have 2 slides on this. So this is actually conveyed to you as positive reinforcement that the majority of business clusters, business sectors in Thailand are now turning to be in full compliance with all the measures announced. So this is very, very good to hear. Today we also had a special guest at the press briefing, the Inspector General of the Ministry of Digital Economy and Society as well, to recap on the Thai Chana platform and Thai Chana application that is being widely used now. The feedback from the general public has been very good. We thank you for all of your cooperation. As you can see, the information on screen, to date we have over 130,000 registered establishments using Thai Chana, over 18.5 million individual users, over 56.6 million check-ins and 35.6 total checkouts, with almost 21 million evaluations upon checkout. So we hope that this platform and application will continue to be of use for business establishments, especially as, of course, now we are in the 3rd phase of the relaxing of measures, and many businesses are open or reopening, of course, with under the 5 principles, guidelines, and the various specific measures for each business cluster. So the next issue is about the incoming repatriation flights. Now we recap to you just on a general basis now, not on a daily basis, perhaps just once a week. We have several flights of Thai nationals coming home from several countries around the world scheduled in the coming days. As you can see on screen there, we have, I think, 2 slides, the projection from the 1st to the 8th of May from various countries, and we will continue to work tirelessly to facilitate the return of Thai nationals abroad in the most orderly and efficient way, as fast as possible. Also, every day we have certain images for you to show about acts of kindness, about the social cohesion and everything that is still going on. So one image that I have for you coming up is on the last Thursday, the 28th of May, the Foreign Ministry, through the Department of Information and Department of Protocol, held an activity, actually a CSR activity, to provide assistance, food and water to those in need in central Bangkok. You have an image of that, and hundreds of food items and sets were distributed. This is in the Wat Bawon area in central Bangkok. And the next image I have is about the activities of the Royal Thai Embassy in Bandar Seri Begawan, Brunei Darussalam. Held an activity to provide assistance and food to the Thai community, as well as to provide an opportunity for those who want to assist the medical staff in that country by blood donations as well. Yes, so as additional points, as the spokesperson had mentioned today, the 3rd phase is on right now. We have certain restrictions easing. Several places are allowed to open and operate with certain restrictions, mainly concerning the policy of physical distancing. The details of the 3rd phase, of course, has been published in media and social media widely as well already over the weekend. There is one infographic here to convey the recap of this simply. Infographic courtesy of the Public Relations Department. You can find it on their Facebook page. Some of the measures include department stores, shopping centers allowed to open until 9 p.m., exhibition hall sites allowed to open until 9 p.m., beauty salons, barber shops are allowed to dye hair with a service limit of 2 hours without having customers waiting inside the shop for too long, fitness centers, of course, observing time limitations, and etc. So, of course, we continue to ask you to follow the announcements by provincial administrations as well, because provincial administrations, the provinces, may have slightly different measures for the third phase, but of course, this is the general guideline from the CCSA, from the central government. The provinces may have specific measures which are more stringent and more specific for each particular province. We continue, of course, to remind that it is essential to observe physical distancing and take care of your hygiene and wear masks all the time. So just in concluding, of course, you can see a caricature on screen now. I was meaning to show this caricature for some time, and to prove that, of course, in Thailand and those who call Thailand home, we are stronger than the second wave. We're seeing the turn of the tide now. We're in the third phase now, and we're proving that we are stronger than the second wave. We hope that we will not succumb to the challenges and everything that comes, all the bad things that come with a second wave. Many countries have been facing this, and I hope that we will not be facing the second wave ever. It depends, of course, on your cooperation. So together, we're stronger than the second wave. Just a moment to acknowledge the hard work and cooperation that we receive from all the medical staff to date, the various business sectors for their cooperation, their compliance, all Thais and foreign nationals residing in Thailand. Of course, there are challenges. Of course, we go step by step, incrementally. We try to do our best on all dimensions, be it medical, be it travel, be it business, economic and health, and balancing everything that we have that is important and dear to all of us. The current positive trend in Thailand, in our fight against COVID, is possible because of your cooperation. So it's essential, as I mentioned often, as a spokesperson, as a CCSA mentioned often, that we continue to do so in order to finally overcome this difficult time and emerge even stronger. So with all of us united, we believe that we together will prove that we are stronger than the second wave and stronger than the virus. So thank you very much for your attention. Have a pleasant afternoon. สวัสดีครับ